Shalom and happy new year to another episode of the Hydra podcast with me, you, and the other guy.
Welcome in, welcome in.
The other guy's name is Tyler.
Oh, some lore just dropped. Is that fact?
You didn't know, but I thought I'd tell you today.
He never told me his name, so I wasn't sure. I tried to ask one time.
Oh, new lore just dropped. His name is just Ty.
Homie Ty. What it do?
Why am I walking? I don't need a walk.
Are we gonna start on our little dock like always? So
No.
cute. Okay, fuck that. We new traditions always.
I led you astray.
We gotta explore. Oh, the fucking from the top of the lighthouse.
Oh,
Could you
shit.
imagine?
What you been
How's
up
it
to?
going? Not a whole lot. Holidays are kind of winding down, so I'm back in the swing at work mostly. At least trying to get as many shifts as I can. It's been a lot busier, is all. But I got to see a lot of family during the break. A lot of family, so it was a good time.
That's good.
You picking up business wise?
Yeah, it's what the hell? It's been us back in season, and it's been a start of a busy time to where we had some people working like a couple hours away from property, so we're kind of like
Yeah.
we were half staffed, and it worked. It worked okay, actually. We all
It was
did
enough.
good. Besides
Yeah.
that, though, I've been kind of just not really doing anything. I've been on a big Marvel Rivals kick,
Oh hell yeah.
which
Yeah, that
is
new shit came out.
fun because I don't recall, besides like Minecraft way back when, that I had a game that I can just be excited to play all the time and that I can actually like grind out.
Yeah, I get that. I haven't really been like fully invested in the day-to-day like battle pass of a game in a long time.
Mm-hmm. I'm just glad it's actually fun, and it makes me want to watch like the Marvel movies and learn a little bit, and like it
Yeah,
also helps that I've been here, not in the beta obviously, but since it started.
right. Early life of the game.
So
It's a big community game, definitely because of the movies, the comics, the characters
yeah,
themselves.
but even like with the movies, there's I want to say a good chunk of characters in there that like never been seen in the movies that you're like, well, who the fuck?
Hell yeah. Yeah, the deep cuts,
Like
I like to say.
there's a girl named Magic that's just like some fucking blonde girl that with a giant sword that just kicks ass, and I was just like, oh, I
Ooh.
wonder who this is, and then a short explains it, and she's like, it's like she's the she's the sorcerer supreme of the limbo, and she has a she is Colossus, which is this iron tin man from the X-Men that you see in Deadpool's sister, and
Oh,
uh
facts.
she was learning her abilities in the limbo through these portals that she can make that she grew up in, and she is like
Jesus.
really like it's so fucking detailed and
Convoluted.
shit.
Yeah, but like they tie it into every single fucking last nook and cranny of the universe.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I thought it was just a magic lady.
I thought her name was just Magic because she'd be magic.
Yeah, I thought it'd just be that crazy.
No, no, you can't have just a simple thing like that. Marvel fans wouldn't stay. They wouldn't rest if that's what
even
we gave them.
even little things of like when they introduced the Fantastic Four, that Mr. Fantastic, the Stretchy Man, was, I
Cringe.
guess, just really, really fucking smart. And I didn't
Yeah,
know that, in the fact that they're like,
yeah, right.
yeah, him and Tony Stark are trying to figure out how to fucking stop the two dooms causing this parallel paradox, whatever. I'm like, really?
Ooh.
Him at the same level as Tony? That's crazy.
Yeah, I feel like honestly, most of the super smart characters in Marvel are villains, like that become just an
Yeah,
evil
like
Doctor
Lex
Genius or
Luthor.
like Doom. Well, that's fucking not Marvel. All right, fucking, we're canceled.
I know, I know. You get
Yeah,
like
no, we knew. It was a joke.
like not Professor Xavier, but his sister or something. Where
He got a
they're like,
sister?
yeah, I guess that's in the spoilers. Whatever, go fuck yourself.
Everyone,
It's in the
everyone's
third
got a
Deadpool
sister.
movie,
Ah, facts, facts.
and
Yeah.
she's like crazy. She just puts her hand through your head, and she's like, "Oh, that's what you're thinking about."
Mmm. Damn. That is that is crazy.
It's gross. It looks so gross.
Very what's the word? Invasive.
Yeah, it's just no clipping through their face.
Like a ghost. Not my type. Gotta be real.
Yeah, there's so
Some
much,
people's. Some people's.
so much stuff, and they're like really good at making the game too. Obviously, it's new, so I shouldn't say that too much. But supposedly they have a thing to where if you get banned, you get banned. You're banned till 2125. So you're banned for 100 years, and then
Well, that's pretty ambitious of them to think their servers will be alive
and a
that
lot
far
of
forward.
things that they have done, Overwatch either hasn't done or they've
Yeah.
taken a long time to do. They are very ambitious to where they will release a new hero every month and a half.
Wow. Are they like rotating heroes? Kind of like, well, I don't know. Does League do that? Where, because I know League has like hundreds of characters, but like only some of them are playable at some point? Or is
No,
it just
they're all
like, fuck
playable.
it, go nuts, play anybody? That's insanity.
I know they
That's
stuck.
that's why I don't know if I could ever get into that game because I'm like, yeah, I'll learn Captain America, and then fucking 15 other like just people will be put in the game that shit on Captain America. It's like, well, fuck. That's all I know how to do.
They've done pretty good at making everybody work and usable. Like I
Right.
don't think
Yeah.
anybody's ever felt like shit. Like some people in the beginning were like, Wolverine fucking sucks, and then
I've been hearing that, yeah.
within like half a month, people were like, "Oh, that's what you do."
Oh, I'm
Okay.
the one is the
Oh,
suck.
I see. I'm trying to find Star Lord. He's in the air. Oh, okay. I killed the Hulk. Got it.
Yeah.
Like that.
Pick your battles.
If you never played Marvel Rivals, this is an ad. Go play Marvel Rivals. It's free, you fucking
Free to
idiot.
play.
You're not
Disney
an
pay
idiot.
us.
Disney knows fucking nothing, dude.
Yeah, Disney just makes money off of that actually. They
They
just
kind
do
of,
anything.
they're like they get as much money off that game as they do owning Kingdom Hearts, because I guess
Right?
they own the whole thing of Kingdom Hearts and they can use it like in Disneyland, or they can make a
On
movie,
their
or like they
cruise,
can do
whatever the fuck.
anything with it, but they don't.
Yeah.
They just choose not to because they're like, oh no, that's just Square Enix makes that stuff. It's just...
Yeah, right. Ah, that's the dream though, is like being a company or being like in charge of something that you don't have to really focus on. Like you have a guy for that, you know? You got a team for that. And you just sit back and make money.
I got a dude that does my stuff. You see that? You see that critically acclaimed game? Yeah, AAA, PS2 classic. That guy
That's one
did
of my
it.
guys.
I get all the
That's one of
money,
my guys.
but that guy did it. You like that shit? You want a
Yeah,
sequel?
that's so weird to me. Game studios, like big game studios, where like they someone else is just taking the credit for someone's work.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of things made by THQ wasn't made by THQ.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I bet it was way worse too. Like early '80s rise of like early home video game consoles, where you just outsource your fucking technology, your programming to another company, and never write their name on it.
Damn.
Ooh.
I wonder how that worked for licensed movies, games. If they're just like,
Mm,
if they had any idea of what they wanted it to be, or if they were just like,
yeah.
here's RIP, do something with it.
Yeah, right. Like I would expect, especially like a story-based game or a story-based, like a TV show. Like you want to tell a plot that makes sense. You
Yeah.
would probably have your writers, consult.
But then
But
at some
fuck
point,
it.
it's like, do you care?
Yeah, it's just supposed to be a passive moneymaker. Like that's all that is. I see licensed games mostly as a cash grab, and let's be honest, they generally are.
But some are fucking good.
Yeah, sometimes you hand it off to a developer that knows what they're doing.
Like the SpongeBob game, it did not have to be that good, and it
Oh,
was. Most of them around that time were.
yeah,
THQ pretty
PS2
much hit it
developers,
out the park most of the time.
right?
Uh, Fucking critically acclaimed game that makes a lot, or makers that make a lot of good games nowadays that are like AAA or whatever. Toys for Bob fucking made Madagascar.
I was gonna say the Madagascar fucking licensed movie game was bomb. I
It
definitely
followed
played a
the
lot of that.
plot. It was fun to play.
Had
Multiple
its own
characters to
little
play.
side mini games
Mini
and side
golf.
tracks. Yeah, there's a shuffleboard. That shit was goated.
Dude, I played that shuffleboard all the time because I
Yeah.
fucking loved it at it was like a local bar near here that had shuffleboard
Yeah.
in there, and I thought that was fun, and then I was like, that's why I love this game, because I fucking play
Right.
shuffleboard on PS4.
Yeah. My mom's work when I was really, really young had like a shuffleboard place. And I think that was like my first exposure, and Madagascar was probably my second. That was a good ass game. We should fucking put that on the wheel. Little one off. And then maybe actually play
Madagascar
just the
shuffleboard.
shuffleboard.
Just the shuffleboard. Dude, I'm so down. Oh, you're playing Madagascar. Nah, dude, we're just playing the golf.
Yeah, we're playing the real fucking shit. Do like a best of 3 all the game modes.
Barnyard would be so fun.
Oh, that's one we've definitely batted around. A good fucking that's a good game. I think it was on
It's just a
GameCube,
good game.
ported to the Wii. It had so much you could do.
It
It
was
was like
on
a
the
farming
Wii?
sim. I definitely played it on the Wii, but it might have just been like, the GameCube disc played on the Wii.
Oh, fair enough.
But it was my cousin, so I didn't own it at the time. But like, yeah, it was like a fucking Animal Crossing, but like
Dude, it was
licensed.
crazy.
It was like really cool.
It was fucking got Mario Party like mini games, most of them being fun, except all the fucking times you play Otis in golf. I swear to God, he's just like, he's super depressed because fucking Ben's died, and he's just like, how about a round of golf? And you're like, no, I don't want to fucking play golf again.
I don't want to talk about your dead dad with you, fuck.
And then you have all those. Then the great reward of finding the recipes or the sticky notes or the rocks. Those are fun. Find the little secret areas to get coins. Doing the trick jumps.
Yeah.
Unlocking more parts of the world by getting the little keys for the gates. Fucking kick ass.
Did you 100% this game?
I don't know if you kind of can. They don't really have a counter because you can get the recipes, but you never have to make it, you know?
Yeah. I
Uh,
wonder the speed run of that game, what it looks like. Never hear about that.
you can kind of, I guess besides the recipes, you can star every mission and it'll put a little circle around the star on the
Mm-hmm.
mission spot. This is that. Oh yeah, the barn. Fucking buying all the shit from the gopher. That's 100%ing. You get something for that. You definitely do. You get like a little cutscene of it all being completed and stuff. Even that, fuck. You buy the. I know one's required for the pool table, but you could even buy fucking darts and you could just play darts.
Oh, fuck yeah. Dude, they fucking went relentlessly hard on that game. I love when developers just add little mini games that you can play within the game, just for fun, for shits and
The
giggles.
fucking music's great. Most of the games are great. The open world it's such a good open world too.
Yeah, try not to gush too hard, okay? We only have like 45 minutes.
Well, I'm gonna gush more on this cow.
Please,
I'm gonna
this is a
gush.
children's show.
I'm gonna gush so much. I'm gonna have like those sunglasses. I have the sunglasses on right now that makes me fucking squirt. It's a good game. You'll definitely see it in the fella's lifetime.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a must play.
If not, it'll be a playthrough or something.
Yeah, yeah,
That'd be fun.
yeah, that would be cute.
Well, see, there's like another one that Shrek Super Slam also pops in my head.
I fucking had that shit on a Xbox, like the original Xbox.
That's a good fighting game.
That shit was insane. That was probably
It's
the first
definitely
3D
broken.
fighting game I ever played.
It's not
But,
fair. What is this?
Yeah, it's
Ooh.
insane. It's just fucking barbarism and chaos.
It's kind of like it was fucking PlayStation All-Stars before it existed.
Yes, right?
Because you get points by your KOs, which is the same way how that worked.
But you could fucking like eat a bean and fart on people.
No, that was just no. Well, actually, yeah, you're right. There was a Shrek one, and you could just hit
Yeah,
people and they
that's
go.
what it
Boom, boom, boom. And then there's like
Just
the
rage out,
infinite
smack
Sonic
people.
roll item. It's just one with a mask. I don't know if that ever did anything. Crazy fucking game. Baller music in that game too.
Yeah, people don't go as hard on music as they used to.
Like
That's for sure.
the fucking song in the drive-through. At Fried Talks, fat boy, we can serve anything you want. At Fried Talks, fat boy.
Dude, the drive-through scene in Shrek 2 was probably one of the funniest and most like craving. I wanted to try that fucking fat boy, fat fryer food.
My diet is ruined. Yeah, dude, I wanted the medieval Happy Meal with the fucking.
I wanted the Happy Meal, dude. It
I
comes with
wanted the
ground.
eggs. I want the eggs. Yeah.
Noted set of films.
Over the Hedge is a good one too. It gets
I don't know if I had the game.
it drags a little bit, but man, it's just a co-op beat 'em up, and then you have again, as THQ does, you have little side mini games of like a destruction derby golf carts or fucking RC car racing,
Nice. Oh, I love RC cars.
and like God, they expand so much on that world for no reason. Like what you call it? Oh shit, I need different bait. It goes. I feel like I've told you, but the plot of that one is like after you start at the end of the movie.
Right.
And then after that, it's just you against the exterminator, and the exterminator put like a bunch of little like tracking mind control shit on a bunch of like mice and other shit like that. So you're facing all this exterminator controlled animals until near the end you
Holy
like
shit.
find the exterminator at his HQ and fucking fight him. And it's like crazy because you're just
That's
a fucking turtle.
crazy. Yeah, he has an HQ. He's like a mob boss. Wasn't he like wrecked by a bear at the end of the film? He's still kicking.
Well,
Damn,
he does. I think he does get away in the movie because the crazy lady goes
Like,
on
gets
and
out
he's
of
just
the-
like, "Get her!"
They get like trapped or something with
Oh,
the bear.
he goes over a fence and the fucking dog's there, and he's like, "No, no, 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 no."
That's just a funny ass movie. Good for the whole family.
Dude, go to the movie.
Holy
What the
shit!
fuck is this? Oh, it's a golden manta ray. Yeah, that movie kicks ass. Fucking the music in that. game, not the game, the movie.
The movie though.
Animation was fun. It's another
Yeah.
good fucking. People really like the Incredibles game, I guess.
Oh. Yeah, I brought it up before, but I used to have a Leapster, like Leapfrog learning pad or whatever, like a video game handheld.
Hmm.
And there was an Incredibles like learning game on that went fucking nuts. That was one of my favorites by far.
I had a PC game for the Incredibles where it was like
Oh,
doing little
PC.
tasks, like say Dash was fucking in the kitchen and he's just like causing mischief and he had to catch the flying dishware, like
Oh, that's
little
funny.
shit like that.
Yeah. Dude, CD-ROM games used to go fucking hard. That was like probably the reason that I loved gaming so much was my mom and dad would buy like Muppets and, Disney like CD-ROM games that would just have a bunch of little like learning fucking letter phonics or fucking math, coloring, just basic ass names like Purple Place, you know that type shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like dumb games
A good
that came on a CD.
a good majority of them too had like that. I don't want to say it's bad, but it had definitely like aged CGI animation that was just put
Yeah.
as 2D animation.
Yes, right.
And it was just so pixelated and just it looks great for such a thing.
Yeah, I wished that I had like some of those old games still. Definitely don't by any means, but like that would be such a blast from the past.
It would definitely be fun to try some crazy licensed games. Like, what if we imagine one day I went to you and I'm like, Cam,
Ooh.
today's the day. The wheel has spoken. And you're like, what did it say? And I'm like, it said, that's what you sound like. And it said,
Of course.
and it said, we're gonna play G-Force today.
Oh, dude, I that would be the happiest day of my life, and for forevermore. I've never played G-Force the game,
I
but I love
haven't
the
either,
movie.
but
Oh, you haven't?
I haven't either, but I've seen footage of it, and it's like it looks pretty good.
Really? Just like straight up well made?
Yeah,
How
like you.
old is it?
Fuck, how old is G-Force?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like
2009.
early 2010s, maybe. Yeah,
Uh,
2011.
Adam, fact check that. No, I'll fact check it.
I don't know. It'd be kind of funny. Whoever's closer wins.
I think
2009,
it's like around
2011.
2009 because it feels that old.
No, it's definitely like fucking almost 15 years old, if not more.
2009.
It was 2009. Well,
Yeah,
yeah, the game. That, excuse me. That's when the like Wii came out right around then too. So would have been a Wii era game.
I think it has Wii on it, but you can also get it on like
Xbox 360.
your play Bolt.
Bolt. Oh, I think I played Bolt for the Wii a little bit.
Wait,
I played
really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
What's every licensed game we played? This is the topic of the podcast today. What's every
Yeah,
licensed
definitely.
game you played, movie wise?
I played Cars for the Wii a little bit.
That is
That's a good
fucking.
one.
That's so good. The soundtrack of that is so good. The open world, the single player of that is so good. The amount of shit that you can unlock in that game is so good. I
Damn,
felt so
it deserves a revisit.
I felt so tilted that I watched a fucking review, or not a review. It was like a guy being like, "I'm gonna play all the Pixar games," and he
Mm.
started with like the first Toy Story, and then they got to the first Cars, and then he's like playing it, and he's like, "Yeah, I played it a little bit, and I played it with my cousins. They're a little younger than me, and we all just kind of, I don't know, we all kind of thought it sucked." And I was like, "What are you playing it? You think it's just
Damn.
what do you think it is?" And then it turns out they just played the multiplayer. And I'm like,
Oh,
dude,
'cause
that's
he's playing with his cousins or whatever.
that's so wrong. No
Yeah.
wonder you thought it was boring.
I'm a big single player type of guy, which is kind of why I like a lot of the like style that we've done so far, like single player versus playing the same game. But I don't know. I've never I don't think I played the multiplayer in that game, but there's not a whole lot of good multiplayer like game modes in anything.
It's just
It's always like you take turns, or it's just like a side project that the
it's
developers
just
didn't really care about.
racing.
Really? Is that the whole game though? Is racing? Because I remember driving
Yeah.
for sure, but I feel like I remember like there were little missions where you would like sneak into the fields late at night and like
Oh, that's a little mini game you could play.
tip the
Yeah,
tractors.
they
There was
have
like
some
little
things
stuff.
like that. Like there's a at some point you play as uh the the
That's the
hooligans,
big. Oh
like,
yeah.
and you're like going through traffic trying to catch up to Mac, like things
A
like
lot of
that.
scenes from the movie.
The biggest appeal is just being able to like jump so you can discover some parts of the world, because there's the little envelopes and the little stickers that you're just trying to collect around the open world, and you're just like, oh, here's this big jump, okay, I gotta time this right, I gotta get enough speed, and then I gotta just flick the joystick so I can get that extra jump, so you could just get this collectible. Meanwhile,
Like
you're
that
a fucking
joystick.
car.
It reminds me of fucking Burnout. Have you played any of those games?
Mm-mm.
Burnout's fucking fun. I played Burnout Paradise mostly, but I've heard they're all pretty good. That's just pure driving, racing, crashing your car, everything to love about driving.
All the stars are here. Yeah, that's a great fucking game.
Yeah, that one's probably on the list. Off the top of my head, I don't know if I played too many other like smaller licensed games. I remember having the Scooby Doo PS2 games, at least two of them. It was like Night of a Thousand Haunts or something like that, and something else. I don't know if that's what they were called, but I think that's what it was called. Anyway, they never fucking played on my PS2. They were gifts from my uncle, and I think he had played them before he gave them to us,
Hmm.
and they never fucking worked when he gave them to us. Some of the games were just like scratched. So I loaded them a couple times, and like just cutscenes wouldn't load. The player model just would be T-posed and not
What the
moving. Like
fuck?
I just never got to play it. But I assume that the game generally works and would be fun to play.
I think some are fun, if I remember.
I've heard of people speedrunning those. I definitely know they're like playable, if not glitchy and kind of funny to break.
Hmm. Yeah, there was like a good part of 2000s where every licensed game was just hitting. It's
Yeah,
definitely I just remember it as like the
there was
GameCube
money to be
time.
made.
The GameCube time fucking killed it.
That's exactly right. Yeah, that was that era where fucking movies, honestly, I think were a lot more popular. They were at like the height of popularity, and I feel like a little less so now. Like we've moved on to like streaming and kind of like mini series, 8 episode, like 45-minute long type of things,
Now you
and a lot less people going to the theaters.
Oh yeah, now you get just like, if anything, you get a shitty licensed game on the Switch just right there, or they're like, "Oh, remember that fucking Rugrats game we made on the Game Boy? Well, we remastered it.
Yeah,
Do you care?"
yeah, remasters. Once again, call back to the licensed games being cash grabs. Remastered licensed games are even worse offenders. But
Mm-hmm.
shout outs, Battle for Bikini Bottom, Rehydrated. Goat. Goated game.
It's, you know what? I still prefer the original one.
I haven't played Rehydrated, but like I think that it had a fair audience to be made. I don't see that one as
Yeah,
purely
yeah, yeah,
cash
yeah, of
grab.
course. They did a decent job on the visual updates, but that's pretty much where it stops. Like the
Yeah,
gameplay, I think felt a little worse just because it was a different style to it. And
totally.
then even it's a remaster, they still didn't get Mr. Krabs' voice actor for some
Really?
reason.
He does anything. He's in all types of stuff. I feel like he just was probably too expensive for
Bro
them.
could be in Detroit become human, but he can't be in fucking the thing he's been doing for 20 years.
Yeah, right. His most well-known character.
Yeah. You're telling me he can voice fucking Lex Luthor in Superman 64, but he can't do SpongeBob?
Come on, right? SpongeBob, man. Come on, Clancy.
SpongeBob. No other game I could really think. Like, the main ones I always think of is just Shrek games, Madagascar, Barnyard, and Pixar games. Which Ratatouille's a good one too.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Ratatouille's a good one. I think Wally's a good one.
Wow, there's definitely a lot of Pixar games I've
You
not
can,
played.
you can get Wally off of Twitch drops.
No way.
Yeah, it's like the Game Prime whatever. You can get Wally there.
Let's go. Wally truly is the future.
I think I played. No, not really. Most the rest of it's kind of like other SpongeBob games.
SpongeBob had a lot of games. SpongeBob was literally like
They were
defined in a generation
just
or
the
two.
Battle for Bikini Bottom was good. The movie game was good. The Light Camera Pants was good.
Yeah.
It had 2 point and clicks on PC. Those were good.
Need I say more about the Leapster port? There was a Leapster game I had in SpongeBob too. That shit was lit.
You were doing more advertisement for that thing than probably it's ever seen in years.
Dude, the Leapster needs more support. I feel like they're like $100 if you wanted to get one resold, like used.
Why buy a Leapster when you can just give people an iPad now?
Yeah, but the iPad doesn't
Oh,
have fucking
this is
SpongeBob game.
this is topical. We can change to a new topic since there's no more licensed games in our brain.
I'm down. I'm down.
How do you feel about TikTok getting banned?
Oh yeah, I feel like that has been like a sudden realization that everyone has had. But people have been talking about it. The government has obviously had issues with it for months and months and months. But for me, it's not going to affect me personally. I don't use TikTok for like communication or like platforming or sales or anything. So I'm not going to be missing out on income or fun. I don't care. But I do think it's pretty crazy to, you know, have this ginormous I say player, but user base, and just decide to cut it all, take it away from them, especially those that do make money off it. I don't know, kind of crazy.
I didn't know much.
What's your take?
I didn't know much about it. I did see like posts around Mr. Beast just saying, "All right, I'll buy it," but I didn't understand. I didn't know that meant it was going away. I found out literally today as we were recording that it was my bosses were just like, "What are we gonna do now? TikTok's gonna go away," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like, to me, it's not a big deal because it's one, I don't use it, and two,
Yeah, right.
everything that's on there is on Instagram and on YouTube Shorts. Like, it's the same stuff.
That's my clear conclusion. Is there's certainly people that have like they lean one way or the other, and there's certainly some unique content on one or the other, but a good chunk of it is posted on both. You know, people would just migrate.
Supposedly, TikTok has a lot more of a uncensored for their content, I guess, was their argument. So they kind of like more what's over there, and I guess the For You page is a little bit better. But
yeah, it's obviously going to be programmed differently, and I can see that.
I mean, they were even saying that I guess there's a, I don't want to say it's a knockoff, but there's a Chinese alternative that's already being the next TikTok. That's like how Blue Sky is for Twitter, and they're like, I guess we're going over there.
Yeah, I've heard it's called like Red Box or something.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
Right.
It's something like that. I don't know if I said it already, but yeah, I've heard a lot of people signing up for that. I don't know anything about that. To be honest, I'm not like I said, it's not something that I've already used. I'm not in the TikTok bubble.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's one of those weird international like capitalist business just, you know, it's a they're dealing with it in court. You know, it's like it's a big matter. So it's not really up to us to decide.
Oh
But
shit.
I could definitely see people getting mad about it. Is all. I can see why people have their panties twisted.
Yeah, whatever.
We'll survive. Fucking, we'll see you on Redbubble.
No, I won't. Redbubble, the t-shirt making
Yeah.
website.
I wasn't sure if you would know that reference.
I used to put stuff on Redbubble.
Yeah, yeah. I've bought plenty of things off Redbubble.
Yeah, dude. Sometimes they have just like cool shit on there. Like, I don't think that they're art that you could just find on really Google very easily. Like, I bought
Right.
a Sonic the Hedgehog parody shirt of USPS, and
Yeah.
it just had like Hedgehog postal, and it was really cool.
That's cute. I dig it. Yeah. Because that's sort of like unique designs. Like you said, you've put some stuff there. But I feel like nowadays that sort of thing is dominated by AI. Super easy.
Yeah,
That's a whole another thing.
I feel like I don't hear people shut the fuck up about this AI thing.
Right? Yeah.
Since my job is teching for companies doing like general sessions, I swear all the time they talk about fucking incorporating AI or AI's a problem. Like it's one or the other.
That's crazy. Yeah, you either want to take advantage of it or you realize you're being taken advantage of.
You know, someone made a really good argument on being like, AI is a wonderful tool, and it's really great that we can use it for things that are a lot more mentally demanding or that requires a lot of process power for our softwares and computers and stuff like that to help our jobs just get a little easier. Now, why do we insist on really overhauling it to be the creative replacement? The one thing that humans
Yeah,
are way better at?
exactly. The one thing humans want to do and spend their time with. Yeah, and it's just always better output too from a human than it obviously feels more genuine, like just subjectively.
It feels like you get caught. Like you just look like an asshole. It's like you stole.
Right?
It's like you stole your brother's fucking science fair project from last year to
Yeah.
do this year. Because there's many times that, like for example, I guess Disneyland had a painting in one of their waiting lines for a ride, and somebody looked at it
Uh,
and they're like, that looks a little strange. And then if you look further in the back with like the staircase, it doesn't work right. It's like got the AI
right.
errors, and they're like, you did AI, huh? And then they got rid of it.
Yeah. Yeah, people just try to cut corners now, which like you can cut a corner, but you're also going to get like at this point at least, and people always talk about this. Oh, at some point the AI you won't be able to tell, and that's when it will be scary. But like I don't even know if that will be the case. Being a guy kind of in tech myself, like I feel like there's always going to be some sort of unimitable like trait that the AI kind of possesses that will be like, oh well, that's just like pretty obvious if you know what you're looking for.
Every AI usually works by some type of trigger, some type of interaction, some type of input. It doesn't just work. It doesn't just happen to do something. You can set it to maybe do something, but that's requires input. Now,
Yeah,
there are things to where they work um, as a more human-like companion. They try to interact with
totally.
you as if they are sentient, but there
Yeah,
hasn't been one yet that doesn't do something that you don't tell it to. Like even with the Elon showing the fucking whatchamacallit, the little robots, the
This
little
robot
moving
guy,
robots. Those still don't do anything until you tell it.
Yeah, right. There is no, like, there's certainly no AI that has complete free will, and that certainly could be, I guess, scary. But like, AI will never be that. It will always be something that someone made,
Yeah, yeah.
and it will always be made in a way that it will just do what it's told.
There's also no possible way that we can have something that could maybe, very maybe, become sentient that doesn't have like a way to shut down. You know?
Yeah, right.
There would
right.
have to be some type of like fucking Winter Soldier, say the right words and it will turn off. Like,
absolutely, yeah.
you just gotta be just like
unplug
pie, and it'll fucking turn off.
Yeah, definitely code word. That's the fucking sleeper agent code word
exactly.
is to go to. If you're an AI developer, just take notes.
Or the power button.
But the power button, I think, is a slept-on idea there.
Slept on. We really overlooked the power button here. Yeah, but hey, some people are not that smart. Like, not too long ago, like
those people in horror movies that have guns and still run away. Those people.
Not that long ago, this week, they were just like, "Oh, can you help me with the projector? It didn't turn on." And there's a giant fucking on button that they can just press. Like, it's universally known what this symbol means, and it's perfectly the biggest button on the top of this machine that you want to work. Like, when I went in there, somebody else there did it. Like, did you really need my help?
That's nuts shit.
It's like another example from the same job was like we got called to in a room. They it was supposed to be like for a club, so there's a bunch of TVs everywhere that you can control from a little thing, a little panel, and it was on, but one of them wouldn't turn on, and they called us and they're like, I don't know what's going on. Do you think you can do something? And our coworker just goes up there and turns it on. And it works. And they're like, "Oh, what'd you do?" Is like, "I'll be honest, bro. I just turned it on." And and his first thought process was just like, "Have you never like owned a TV? Have you never had a TV in your home?
Did your mommy always turn on the TV for you?"
Just like, come on, dude. What's your first thought process of anything? Is it on? That should be always the first thought process.
Yeah, but you know, IT people will tell you the millions of stories and the millions of times they've had to tell people that you try turning it off and on again, and they're like, "Yeah, I swear I did," and then they're like, "Okay, well, can you do it one more time?" And then it fucking works.
Dude, I swear it works. That's also a crutch, is like, if anything happens to not be working or something's not working the way it usually is, just reset it.
Yeah, don't make it that hard. It blows my mind, the struggle that some people have with technology, because they just refuse to pay attention when they're using it. They're like, I don't want to learn this.
Like, another one of our, it's always going to be with work, but one of our coworkers called our boss, which is basically like the mom of fucking everything. He always gets called if there's any problems. And he was calling him, and he didn't answer because he's like, no, he has to solve his own problems sometimes. And then I was like, he's going to call me now because you didn't answer. And he did. And it was simply just like a guy had a flash drive full of pictures, and he wanted it to be a slideshow. And he's like, how should I do it? I was like, okay, put it in a PowerPoint and just have it like go slide through. And he's like, okay, how should I do that? And I was dude, it's just put pictures on a slide, have it go through and loop. Could you like walk me through it? Oh, okay.
Oh my god, bro! Never made a PowerPoint. That's like 5th grade shit.
We literally talked about it today of how we had to walk him through it. And he's just like, listen, dude, I can do normal things normally, but if you told me I had to turn a JPEG into a VPEG, I can't fucking do it.
Is this like an older gentleman, like
No,
a
he's
generation
young.
or two
He's
above
like
you?
20.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like the cat says it all the time, but like you really think people should adapt to like, you know, how shit works?
Yeah, like if you want to function in the modern world.
Yeah, instead of people being like, it happens a lot of time at work too, that people be like, "Can you help me with this thing?" And then I'll be like, "Oh, you just got to do this," and then they'll just hands up, back away, and be like, "Could you do it? I'm tech illiterate," and it's just like, you just don't want to know.
Yeah, that's all it is.
You straight up just
it's a choice.
Can't want to.
Couldn't be fucked.
I used to say that as a kid instead of I don't want to. I was just like, I can't want to.
I physically am not able to want to do that. Yeah, I see people all the time with computers that I'm like,
I
want to trust them
entirely.
because, oh yeah, you're right, I am too. I want to trust some people, like they have the computer, they've been using it, they know what they're doing.
Ooh.
But sometimes I just want to like, you could do this. Like I don't know if you realize this basic thing about computers. Like I don't know if you know there's settings. Your brightness is a little high. It baffles me, especially when I was working like customer service in Best Buy. People bringing their fucking PCs all the time. Like some people would be virus illiterate, phishing illiterate. The fucking scams that you'll get in your email. They'll be like, I got this message and it said it was from Best Buy, and I look at the message and it's like,
it was from Best Buy.
It's got a fucking fake logo of the Geek Squad. It's called Geek Time or some shit. It's like, you owe $700, and I'm like, yeah, we don't charge just $700 for a service. That's not a thing. And we're also not called Geek Time.
They do that sometimes with my emails too, where they'll be like, "We're Home Depot. You got a free drill." And I'm like, I never went into Home Depot ever.
Yeah. I loved like growing up as like a 13, 14-year-old getting calls like, your warranty on your car is expiring. I'm like, man, that guy's fucked up. He put down the wrong number and they're calling me. I'm like genuinely thinking they're trying to reach a guy. Unfortunate for them.
Genuinely. Oh, you got. Sorry, dude. It's. Can't say that.
I don't even have a car, bro. Sorry. I'm 12.
You're just in. It's like, sorry, I gotta call you back. I'm in class. Like college? Nah, middle school.
Yeah.
I felt fucking untrustworthy with debt collectors. That there was
yeah.
I had like a medical bill back in 2022 or something like that. And it was so fucking stupid how the money racked up because
Sure.
Have I told this story about my ear clogged and like the doctors just weren't doing it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so I had my ear plugged up and I know that I can use like something at the store now to do it, but at the time I was just going to urgent care to deal with it because we had the insurance for it. Because
right.
I don't know how to deal with it. I've seen how they do it and they do it there, so I didn't know there was a method. So I go to the urgent care there, and I guess my mom didn't tell me that we swapped to a different insurance, so I couldn't just do that anymore.
Oh yeah.
But I found that out after. And I go there for the first time, and there's a guy that just fucking did it wrong. Like, they just did it wrong. I've been there enough times to know the
Damn.
process, and it's like you put the stuff in, you let it sit, and then you wash it out with water.
Right.
This motherfucker was trying to wash it out in the beginning, and then he put the drops in, let me sit there, and then they're like, okay, and it'll come out in like a couple hours. And I'm like, but it's I still can't hear it. You gotta brush it out. Is that okay? And then they just nodded, so they let me go. But they just did the process backwards and wrong. So
That's
then
fucked up. Wow.
I had to wait a week, and I was just fucking deaf in one ear for like a week. And then I go back again, and this time it was a different doctor, and they felt offended that I was even there. They were just like, you just go buy this thing at the store and deal with it. And I was like, okay, like, you're not even gonna look at it, you just see it, and you're just like, yeah, just do that thing. Okay. So I get the stuff, I'm doing the process, it's not fucking working. It just won't get unclogged. So this time I decided to go to a different urgent care, a little further, but I went there, and they look at it and they're like, oh, I see what happened. So it's softened up so much, and there's just enough in there that with you softening it, it's not getting any smaller or any more soft, it's just staying soft and clogged. You have to push it out with like pressured water. And I'm like, okay, I knew we had to do that, but nobody fucking wanting to do that.
Right. Fucking eh.
And it just got fixed like that. And it's like, dude, I had to go 3 times, and I have to pay for 3 visits because the first one did it wrong, and the second one just belittled me because I even came in.
Yeah, that's always annoying too. Some doctors can be very just condescending.
But yeah, I didn't. I'm only starting to pay it now because I just didn't. One, I didn't really have the money to start doing it, and 2, I just didn't trust like any people calling me because it was new people all the time. So
totally.
So I was just like, I don't really trust this. I don't really trust this. I don't really trust this. Until finally this one showed up, and I told him like, hey, I don't have money to pay for it right now, but if you call me next week, I can probably start paying it if you give me the information. They're like, all right. So then they called again, and like, they didn't ask for any credit card info. They're like, here's the website, here's your ID, and hopefully we see you paying it soon. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, the other ones are so pushy of being like, yeah, give us a card and we can pay $500 right now.
Yeah, that's always sketchy to me. Like, in some cases it's safe to pay over the phone, but when people are very insistent about you immediately giving your bank card, that's a little telltale.
Look, there was another time that I looked up the website, and it looks like it's trying to imitate another company.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, no.
You are a scammer.
You, sir, are the fraud.
You're a bad man.
Stay safe out there, guys.
Yeah.
Don't just answer every phone call.
Don't just click links in your email.
Yeah. Don't think it's Best Buy with the geek mans.
Yeah, the geek mans are not there to help you, man.
They're there to geek you out.
Don't get geeked, kids.
Dude, there was another time that, speaking of frauds and like stuff like that and scammers, there was a time that there was a guy that took over my computer.
Oh, yeah, I remember you telling me you've been like hacked before. I had lost some accounts, but took over your computer.
He took
like while
over
you were
my computer.
Still in possession.
I was in a Skype call with the Washington boys, and I just randomly, like, my mouse just starts moving, right?
Wow.
And I'm like, what the hell's going on? And they go to PayPal and they're like doing the little circle motions, like, oh, this is what I'm gonna do, and you can't do anything about it. But I was still in like middle school, so I didn't have any money,
Right?
and I had a webcam, so he could. I think he saw that I was young, so he just didn't. He didn't do anything. Instead, he opened up Notepad and he says, "Hi, I could see you." And I'm like, "What do you mean you could see me?" And I'm looking through the window, like I'm not. For some reason, I'm not freaked out at all. And
Yeah, that is freaky.
my friends can hear. He can hear my friends. He can hear me, and they see it.
Right?
Like I'm sharing screens. I happened to be sharing screens while it was happening, and
Holy.
he was just like, "I can see you through the webcam," and I was like, "Oh, really? Prove it." And then he was like, he told me like the color stripes I was wearing on my shirt, and I was like,
Wow.
"Wow, that's crazy. What are you doing?" And I was like, he was like, "Well, usually I would go on here and take money, but you're a young kid, so obviously I can't do that. So instead, I'm just gonna get rid of this virus for you." And I'm like, "Oh,
What a
okay,
douchebag.
thanks." And then he deleted whatever it was, and he disappeared.
Wow. That is insanity. Things some people can do on your computer if you let them. If you do the wrong move.
I just think it's crazy that like he saw me and he's like, "Oh, this is a kid."
Yeah,
Shit,
right?
bro, my bad.
That's freaky though, is he didn't have to tell you anything. He could have just had your webcam fucking streamed.
Nah, he could. The fact that he decided to talk to me via Notepad is fucking crazy.
That's so funny.
Some
That's
people would think
fucking
I'm a
so
fucking liar, but like, I have vouches.
right? Oh, creepy guy. I wonder if it was just like a teenager dude. And he's like, oh, this kid's also young.
Maybe that's why he was being all showboaty about it, because like he straight up did the YouTuber tutorial,
That's what I'm thinking.
moving the
too.
circle around the PayPal and being like, "I'm logging in."
He was recording that for his fucking channel, dude.
Oh, jeez. That was also like during the time of when my abuela was like paranoid that people can see her through the webcam of her laptop and stuff. Like that was just a paranoia of being hacked.
Yeah.
So that was probably
Yeah.
around 2013.
Right?
So yeah, it was still like open field of bullshit that could happen.
Yeah, people are generally more aware. Like that gets hammered at home in most professional contexts, but uh, it always can happen to kids.
We just see like, oh, you could play an N64 game online? Perfect. And then we just do it.
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't know Pop Tropica could be a virus. Come on. Leave me alone. Leave me alone with
Pop
my
Tropica.
webkins.
Ooh, I had a couple of Webkins. I never got too deep into that. Pop Tropica though, for sure was my shit.
Webkins is like amiibos before amiibos.
Yeah, right?
Said you get a plushie. Right?
Yeah,
That's
you can
Webkins?
carry them around. Yeah, Webkins. They're like little plushies. And I think they came with a tag or like some kind of booklet that had like a code
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that you could type in on the website. Sign in with your account and they get added as a real virtual pet.
Do you have something online, like say a Pop Tropica or like a Roblox or something that you've just like spent a lot of hours in? Some web browser type game?
I have a lot of old hours in Minecraft for sure. That like worlds that are long fucking gone.
Not web
But
browser.
I don't think I played too many of those games, at least not long term. Like I maybe played a Nintendo game online one time and got a virus, but I don't know. I don't know that I ever played um, nothing like that. Like Pop Tropica a little bit, like I said, but Nothing else really comes to mind.
I always remember getting on fucking Pop Tropica and just running or like jumping around and platforming and just not knowing what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing because I don't read.
Yeah, honestly.
So like I don't know.
I cheated. I looked up some tutorials sometimes. I was like, fucking, I don't know what I'm doing here, man.
Pop Tropica versus. Let's go to
Dude,
Dire Wimpy Island.
are they still live? Can you play that game?
Probably not. Maybe the same thing happened with like Club Penguin where like Disney bought it and then they just closed it.
Jeez, did Disney do that? Is that what happened? That's wild.
They did that to Club Penguin. They got it and then they did really nothing with it and then the player base went down so they shut it down.
That's bullshit.
Yeah. Obviously now people have like made a rebirth server like how they did with Toontown and other games like that.
Oh, I leveled up.
That's a game I always thought would be interesting to actually like play as Toontown, because there's been times that I go on there and I'll just like there's a little area that you get on a trolley and you just play a bunch of mini games. Like there's a mini game island that everybody hangs out in, but the actual game of like leveling up an RPG using slapstick like items I've never actually did anything with, so I don't know what the game actually holds at all.
Yeah, I didn't really play any of those multiplayer like online RPGs that I always saw advertised as a kid.
Guess you're not tuned enough.
I'm not tuned enough. Fuck.
Are you
Fuck me, I guess.
You have to really make me like your shit if you want me to do fucking MMORPG stuff. You have no idea how many times with the fucking Washington Boys that we... I keep saying the Washington Boys like people are gonna know. So at some point you'll meet them. You guaranteed you'll meet them. But they're lifelong friends that I've known for over a decade that just both happen to live in Washington and they are brothers. We played so many free-to-play games on Steam, and so many of them are MMORPGs, and it always starts the same way. It's like, oh, we're doing character creation. Oh, this is hype. Oh, we just did the tutorial. We're going into the main world, doing every mission, doing everything. And then there's one point of the MMO where you get like 7 missions at once, and then you're just like, oh, okay.
Oh, wait,
I don't think I want to play anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's time to take a break, and then you go, and then they're like, you want to keep playing? You're like, no.
Yep.
I'm okay. Because it could be so much fun, too. Because we played, like, fucking... I don't even remember what it's called. I think it was, like... I don't remember. I'm not going to remember. But the no one coordinated it to be this way. We were in... It was a futuristic-like game, but it was just mostly open-world wildlife. And both of them were girls, and I made like Santa Claus with an eye patch, like a fucking war Santa Claus. And I was like, dude, our stable is literally Santa Claus and his hose. Santa's hose.
Ho ho ho.
It was perfect. That's
cute as hell.
That was another one we did where we played Terra. We literally broke it, and that was the most fun we've ever had on MMORPG. There's these mountains that you're not supposed to climb, but sometimes they have hitboxes, and we will able to, with our free mounts, because they give us a little bit extra, to find just enough of the collision on the mountains to get all the way to the top and see the void behind it, along with like some unfinished terrain of like a road heading to a bottomless void with a single skull with like desert area around it. It was fun. We saw the floating water that we can go into, and then we even got to traverse to the village, which we could be underneath it. We were able to be underneath the village and just see other players above us just playing the
Totally
game.
broke the game.
It was so good. We never played the
Most
game
fun
after
you
that.
had. Yeah, right. Why play it? Nothing could top that.
I still have fucking pictures of it. Adam,
Nice.
if I sent it to you, put them on screen. It's only like
Yeah.
two, I think. One under
Trying to find that.
one under the village and one on top of the mountain. Cause we just got on the
That's
mountain and fucking
legit.
started doing the dancing emote, and we're like, dude, it's all fog up here.
Completely unintentional.
That was such a good fucking. I think that would be a fun thing to do, as like a channel is just be like, here's a game, can you break it?
What's it gonna take?
Get like a
That is cool.
notorious game like, I don't know, like Metroid Prime, and be like, all right, try to break it, and then you're just testing on the mechanics. You're like, if I combine this with this, maybe that can put me through the wall, and then at that point I can morph ball into the black zone.
I fucking wonder all the time how people come up with that sort of stuff. But then there's the people that spend like years coming up with something like a credits warp or something like that. Just arbitrary code execution and shit like that, where you have to dig and reverse engineer the game.
It's sometimes easy. Like I guess I didn't know how easy
Sometimes
Donkey
your
Kong
button's spamming.
Donkey Kong 64, I guess, is like really easy to fucking clip through. Like you could just do like a diddy dash and it goes straight through the wall just because it does. Like there's nothing to it.
He just moves too fast.
Tiny Kong can just straight walk through it. Like sometimes it's strange. I don't remember. Oh, the last game I broke was actually Kingdom Hearts. Funny
Oh
enough,
no,
it
you
was
cheater.
it was a cutscene, and the cutscene wasn't a rendered cutscene. It was like still using
Oh right,
in-game stuff.
totally.
And I guess I did a roll, like a dodge roll, just before the cutscene started. So Sora wasn't in cutscene mode; he was straight up in fighting stance, and it was fucking. Man, it's just fun to see shit happen like that. And then
Yeah.
just right after that, I played Itty Bitty Kitty in a Tiny City or whatever in Big City. I broke that game too by just picking up an item off the floor, and it launched me to the sky.
Oh jeez,
God,
that's
just so
blatantly
fun.
broken.
It's so fun just to have shit like that happen to you.
Yeah, you gotta, like, as a game designer, you gotta have a little fun. You gotta let some of those things fly when you're developing. You're like, oh, this is kind of a glitch, but it's kind of fun, and we'll leave that.
Yeah, exploits are
This
fun.
one, yeah, they're just fun. Like even if it is intended, fuck it. It's fun to feel like you're breaking the game.
What's the last game you broke? Do you remember?
Last game that well, fucking unfortunately, sometimes my PC just breaks. The games don't perform too well. Game that I broke. Oh, well, something that's kind of funny to me that comes to mind is my internet's been doing this weird thing where like I just instantly lose connection. Hasn't done it today, which is kind of nice, but I'll just like drop out of a game, but I'm still like in the game. So like for CS:GO, I'm just no longer connected to the server, but I can walk around and everyone else is just frozen in time. So I can like get
Your fucking
intel on the round.
Quicksilver with sweet dreams.
I'm literally, I
of
can.
thee.
It seriously feels like that. I'm walking around corners, looking at all of the enemies before they could ever see me, and then like 10 seconds later, I lag out of the game, and I'm like, okay, there's 3 of them on B. Like I know exactly where they are. But that's unfortunately the game breaking, not me breaking it. I haven't played too many games recently, like new games. Who's this?
Oh, hello. I think he's the. Is that Adam? Is that Ty?
Is
Oh,
that Ty? He's got no name.
me, you, and the other guy. Here's the other guy. Here he
What's up,
is.
other guy? No, he has no name. His title is
Oh, he
Koiba.
doesn't. What the hell?
He he typed rah 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 Goodsbujev.
He literally doesn't have a name.
Hi 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 hi. All right, weird.
Well, I think we are near the ending of today.
It's sweet of him to join. Sweet of all you fellas to join us ramble about licensed games and little things.
Yeah, what a good little tangent of stuff said today. Talked about TikTok in ban, talked about licensed games, talked about breaking games, talked about
Mm-hmm.
viruses, talked about scams.
Mom, I swear, I was trying to delete the virus when my pants fell down. Anyways, thank you for being here with me, Sody, for keeping the convo going.
Thank you for always being here. Thank you for viewing here. You know what time it is.
No, what time is it?
Sorry, I did a good mythical morning. I'll never do that again.
You
You
know what
know
time
what
it is.
time it is.
Shout outs.
It's haiku time.
I thought you might forget. It is IQ time. Uh, Today it's about
Security on your childhood memories.
security.
Because it's scams. Like, protect your childhood.
Mm. Let me think. Is it gonna be me doing it every time?
Yes. It's your segment. Plus, you would come up with it way faster than I could probably ever could do.
All right. This is gonna be it. This is an important message to all the younger fellas, all the gamers out there who need to be safe while they're playing games on the internet.
Okay, here you go. Camera's on you.
Game safely, young ones. Creepers and viruses lurk. Don't give them mom's card.
Not those wacky numbers on the back. Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one. That's just a good message. Put it. You know what? You know how they have the keep calm and whatever the fuck? Just took whatever that said.
Don't give them mom's card.
Stay safe.
Put it on a stamp.
Stay safe. No creepers. No mom card. And trust me, if you stick to this regiment, you will get free V-Bucks. Well, all right, that's a wrap up. Thank you everybody for coming to, what is this, number 4? Number 4
Yeah.
of the Hydra Link
Little link.
podcast with me, you, and the other guy, which is over there.
Shout out to other guy.
Till next time we fish.
Peace out, fellas.
Woo woo!